Lux presents Hollywood. Lever Brothers Company, the makers of Lux Toilet Soap, bring you the Lux Radio Theater, The Wizard of Oz, starring KATHRYN TAUBER. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Miss Wilma KAYLEE. Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. I trust you've all had a perfect Halloween. Wonderful candy, too many scary movies. But sometime during the day, I'm sure you've said, Halloween really belongs to the children. And so, before they have to leave their candy and their costumes, we want to tell them a story. And you'll want to listen too, because it's The Wizard of Oz. One of those wonderful Oz books that we've all loved since they were written by L. Frank Baum 50 years ago. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer turned The Wizard of Oz into a film classic and a lovely little singer into a star. One of the most talented stars in Hollywood, Judy Garland. Audiences have asked that it be brought back again and again to be entranced by Judy's performance and those fascinating Oz characters. The Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, the Cowardly Lion, and the delightful little people, the Munchkins. Now it's off to The Wizard of Oz, starring KATHRYN TAUBER as Dorothy. This is the story of a girl named Dorothy, who lives with her aunt and uncle on a farm way out in Kansas. Her dearest friend is her dog, Toto. But Dorothy has other friends, too. The farmhands, for instance. Zeke and Hunk and Hickory.
Hey, what's your hurry, honey? What's wrong?
It's Toto, Hickory. Toto. Toto? Something wrong with that dog? Well, he looks fine to me.
Oh, he is, Zeke. But he almost wasn't. Miss Gulch hit him just because he gets in her garden and chases her nasty old cats.
Oh, sure, honey, sure. Only we're busy, see? I get them hogs to get at.
Now, look, Dorothy, you just ain't using your head about that Miss Gulch. You think you didn't have a brain at all.
Honk! I have so got brains.
Well, use them then. When you're walking home with Toto, just keep away from Miss Gulch's place. Your head ain't made of straw, you know.
Gosh, Dorothy, that Miss Gulch ain't nobody to be afraid of. Have a little courage, that's all. Courage, Zeke? Why, sure, you know, like me.
Well, look who's talking. You, courage?
There ain't a person in the country scares easier than you.
Well, that's a fine thing to say.
Look out, Zeke, that pig's gonna bite you.
What pig? Help! Help!
You see what I mean?
Now cut that out. Scaring a person half to death like that.
Here. What's all this jabber-wobbing when there's work to be done?
It's about Toto, Annie M. Miss Gulch said she's gonna go and get the sheriff, and then she hunk.
I thought you and Hickory were supposed to be fixing that wagon.
We are, Miss Gale. Hand me that wrench, Hickory.
And feed them hogs, Zeke, before they worry themselves into anemia.
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, child, what's your trouble?
Auntie M, really? Do you know what Miss Gulch said she was gonna do to Toto? Oh, she said she was
There you go again, imagining things. You know you always get yourself into a fight over nothing.
Oh, but this time...
Now you just help us out all this afternoon. Find yourself a place where you won't get into any trouble. I got to get back in the house.
Yes, Auntie M. Come on, Toto. Do you suppose there's such a place, Toto, where there isn't any trouble? There must be. Not a place you can get to by boat or train, but it's far, far away. Behind the moon, beyond the rain. That you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where
Oh, now, hold on, Miss Gulch. Surely you don't mean that. Why, that little dog...
That dog is a menace to the community. I'm taking that animal to the sheriff and making sure he's destroyed.
Destroyed? Oh, no, please, you mustn't.
Why, honey, we didn't know you were there.
Toto didn't know he was doing anything wrong. I'm the one who ought to be punished, Uncle Henry. I let him go in her garden.
There's a law protecting folks against animals like that.
No, please.
We can't go against the law, Dorothy.
Now you're being smart. Give him to me.
No, I won't let you take him. I won't. You're a witch. Oh, a wicked old witch.
Dorothy!
Oh, please, Auntie M, please.
Got him at last, and there's nothing any of you can do about it.
Toto! Toto!
Now, come on, Dorothy. Cheer up, honey.
Oh, please, Hunk. I don't feel like talking. Not to anybody.
Not even to Toto?
Oh, you know he's gone. You know Miss Gulch took him away.
I know something else, too, honey. Toto must have jumped out of her basket and run back home because there's a little brown and white dog looking all over for you.
Toto? Toto, you're back! Toto! Oh, you came back to me, Toto. Oh, I thought you were dead. They'll be coming after you. Miss Gulch and the sheriff, maybe? We've got to run away. Now, Toto, where no one will ever find us or take you away again. Yes, Toto, we've got to run away. It's getting dark, Toto. I think maybe there's a storm coming. But we'll just keep going, won't we? We're not afraid. It's just like Zeke said. Courage. I see what you mean. A wagon, a horse, and a wagon, and a man. And there's a big sign on the wagon. Wait, I think I can see what it says. Professor Marvel, acclaimed by the crowned heads of Europe. Let him read your past, present, and future in his crystal?
Well, who might you be?
I guess it's all right, Toto. He looks like a nice man.
Well, if you're not going to tell me who you are, suppose I tell you.
But how can you?
Professor Marvel knows all, tells all. Your past, present, and future for 25 cents, a quarter of $1. 2 bits if you prefer.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can afford it.
Oh, so your name is Dorothy, is it?
How did you know that?
Well, on the one hand, perhaps I saw you in my crystal. And on the other hand, perhaps a fellow named Zeke passed by a while ago looking for you.
Oh, I see.
But don't you think for 1 minute I couldn't have figured it out by myself? Why, Professor Marvel and his magic crystal have amazed royalty and peasantry alike the world over.
Oh, please, Professor. Can't we go with you and see all the crowned heads of Europe?
Oh, do you know any? Oh, you mean the sign on my wagon.
I don't suppose you could take a little look in your magic crystal for me? For nothing, I mean.
Matter of fact, young lady, I already have. Oh, just practicing, you understand. And you know what I saw?
What?
A woman, tears in her eyes, careworn, a woman looking for somebody, and her name is...
Oh, Auntie M?
Kindly allow me to supply the answers. Her name is Auntie M. Someone has almost broken her heart.
Me?
Well, it's someone she loves very much. And then, just before the crystal went dark, I saw her put her hand over her heart and drop down on the floor.
Oh, no. You don't suppose she could really be sick, do you? Oh, I've got to get home right away.
Go home? But I thought you were going along with me.
But I've got to get to her right away. Toto! Come on, Toto. We're going. Goodbye, Professor. And thank you.
Don't waste any time. There's a windstorm blowing up. Oh, poor little kid. Hope she gets home all right.
Auntie M! Auntie M! There's nobody in the house, Toto. I can't find anybody. somebody! Auntie Em! The storm cellar. That's where they are. Oh, the house is blowing away. Toto, look out! Look out! Toto. Where are we? What's happening? We're in the house, but the house is up in the air. Everything's moving. Everything's rushing through the sky. Barns and buggies and... Oh, there goes our chicken roost! Toto, we're caught up in the cyclone. We're right in the middle of the cyclone. There's old Mrs. Gallagher and her rowboat. Mrs. Gallagher!
Howdy, Dorothy. Kind of breezy, ain't it?
Uncle Henry Pepper? Oh, Flossie! Flossie! I don't understand this at all. Things are flying around so fast that I can hardly... Look! It's Gulch! She's on a broomstick. She is a witch! Oh, don't worry, Toto. I won't let her. We stopped, Toto. We're standing still. But we can't stand still up in the middle of the air. We're going to fall. We are falling. Oh, we're falling! We're falling! We're falling! We're falling! We've landed. But where are we? It's a regular little village. And look, houses and streets and trees and fountains. Yes, you're quite right. Oh, that is our house over there. We must have bounced out when we landed. But what place is this? I have a feeling we're being watched. I have another feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow. Toto, look! There's a bubble coming down the street and there's someone inside it. A lady? And she's stepping out of it? Oh, now I know we're not in Kansas.
Tell me, please, are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Me? Oh, I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Oh, well, I'm a little muddled. The Munchkins just summoned me because...
Munchkins?
You happen to be standing in the very center of their village, you know.
And, they sent for you?
Because some new witch has just dropped a house on the Wicked Witch of the East. See? Over there.
Oh, but that's our farmhouse from Kansas.
Now look where I point my wand.
2 red slippers.
Exactly. 2 red slippers protruding from under the farmhouse. All that's left of the Wicked Witch of the East. And since it's your farmhouse, obviously you're responsible. You've made the Munchkins very happy, my dear.
If you please, what are Munchkins?
The very people who live in this land. It's Munchkin land. And you are now their national heroine.
And who are you?
I am Glinda, of course. The Witch of the North.
Witch? Oh, but you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You see, only bad witches are ugly. And I'm a very good witch. Now suppose I call the Munchkins. Come out, wherever you are, and meet the young lady who fell from a star. She fell from the sky, she fell very far, and Kansas, she says, is the name of the star. And Kansas, she says, is the name of the star. Well, Munchkins, have you nothing to say to her? Where's your mayor? Oh, there you are.
First of all, Miss Dorothy, a little floral tribute.
Oh, what beautiful flowers. Oh, thank you.
There will be, of course, a parade and general celebration with a brass band and a regiment of cavalry. Meanwhile, Oh, let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead!
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, oh witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the goblins go below. Below, below, yo ho. Let's open up and sing and ring the bells out. Ding dong, the merry-o. Sing it high, sing it low. Let them know the wicked witch is dead.
Smoke! A cloud of red smoke! Shooting fire and an explosion! The witch is coming! The wicked witch!
But I thought you said she was dead.
She is dead!
This one on the broomstick is her sister, the Wicked Witch of the West!
And she's even worse than the other ones!
Silence! I demand silence!
It's Miss Gulch. That's who it is, Miss Gulch!
Hard of hearing, are you? I said silence. Now then, who killed my sister? Was it you?
Oh, no. It was an accident. I didn't mean to kill anyone.
Well, my pretty, I can cause accidents too.
Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers?
The slippers. Oh, my sister's slippers. There they are. Still on her feet over there. Well, I'll just take them.
Just a moment, if you please. Ruby slippers, slippers red. Leave the feet of she who's dead. I summon my authority and bid you to serve Miss Dorothy.
The slippers! What are you doing to them?
Now they're on my feet?
Oh, you give them back to me! You give them back to me!
Never! There they are, and there they'll stay.
You nasty little girl! They're of no use to you.
Don't be afraid of her, darling.
You keep out of this, Glinda, or I'll fix you as well.
Rubbish! You have no power here. Be gone before somebody drops a house on you, too.
Very well. I'll bide my time. As for you, my fine lady...
You heard what she said. Be gone.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too. Ha 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 ha! Away, broomstick! Away!
It's all right, Munchkins. Don't hide your faces. She's gone. Now then, my dear, the sooner you get out of Oz, the safer you'll be. Oh, I'd give anything to get out of Oz. But how? Which way is the way back to Kansas? Kansas. The only person who might know is the great and wonderful Wizard of Oz himself. The Wizard of Oz? Is he good or is he wicked? Oh, very good, but very mysterious. He lives far off in the Emerald City. Did you by any chance bring your broomstick with you? No, I'm afraid I didn't. Well then, you'll have to walk. The Munchkins will see you safely to the border. And remember, never let those ruby slippers off your feet, or you will be at the mercy of the Wicked Witch of the West. But how do I start for Emerald City? All you have to do is follow the yellow brick road. Help her, Munchkins! The yellow brick road! Helpers, attention!
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
In a few moments, we'll bring you Act 2 of The Wizard of Oz. And now, here's our Hollywood reporter, Libby Collins, to give us the Lux Radio Theater movie news of the week.
Tonight, John, it's the new Howard Hughes production Vendetta, starring a lovely newcomer to Hollywood.
She's Faith Domergue, and she's been given just the role her dark exotic beauty calls for. This RKO picture tells the story of a family feud in old-time Corsica, and Faith plays the girl who vows to avenge her father's murder.
Quite an intense melodrama, Libby. Isn't that a terrific set they built for the dueling scene?
Oh yes, indeed. No California landscape could quite convey the bleakness of that wild Corsican country, so they built the whole thing on a soundstage. Faith Domergue is photographed in dark costumes throughout. Of course, they set off her startling beauty all the more.
There's a highly dramatic, exciting quality about her acting, too.
Well, she's quite a perfectionist, you know. Spent years of study before attempting her first screen role. And John, Faith Domergue is a perfectionist about beauty, too. Naturally, her skin has to look soft and smooth in the close-up. That's why she depends on daily facials with Lux toilet soap. She says it's the care that really works.
Lux soap is just right to protect delicate skin. No wonder so many famous stars say they wouldn't be without this gentle soap.
Yes, John, active lather does wonders for the skin. It's so easy to take a Lux facial, too. You just soothe the rich lather in, rinse with warm water, follow with a quick cold rinse, and pat with a soft towel to dry. It works like a charm to give your complexion quick new beauty.
Yes, Libby, that's a tip for smart women everywhere. For thorough protecting care, there's nothing finer than Lux toilet soap. When you see Faith Domergue and Howard Hughes' exciting new picture Vendetta, notice the smooth perfection of her skin. You'll want to try her daily active lather facials. So, why not get Hollywood's own beauty soap tomorrow? Remember, 9 out of 10 screen stars use fragrant white Lux toilet soap. Now, Miss Wilma Keeley, our producer.
Act 2 of The Wizard of Oz, starring KATHRYN TAUBER as Dorothy. With the magic slippers on her feet, her dog Toto at her heels, and the little Munchkins marching on ahead, Dorothy is on her way to the Wizard of Oz. They've reached the border of Munchkin Land, and the little people have waved goodbye and disappeared.
Well, Toto, now what? We're still on the yellow brick road, but now it goes in 2 different directions. Which way do we go?
Pardon me, but that way is a very nice way.
Who said that? Oh, don't be silly, Toto. That's just a scarecrow in the cornfields. Scarecrows don't talk.
On the other hand, that way is very pleasant also.
Why, she did talk!
Is there anything so unusual about that?
Why, yes, there is. And why do you shake your head? Both yes and no at the same time?
Oh, that's my trouble. I can never make my mind about anything.
Oh?
The fact is, I haven't got a brain. Take a look at my head. You see, there's straw. Just straw, like the rest of me.
But how can you talk if you don't have a brain?
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
What's he doing, your dog?
Toto? Why, he's licking your hand.
Oh, that's what I thought. I guess I don't scare him, huh?
No, of course not.
I can't even scare a crow. They come from miles around to peck at my straw for their nests. It's not at all flattering. I'm a failure just because I haven't got a brain.
Well, what would you do with the brain if you had one?
Do? Why, if I had a brain, I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual in trouble or in pain.
With the thoughts you'll be thinking, you could be another Lincoln if you only had a brain. Oh, I could tell you why the ocean's near the shore. I
I could think of things I'd never thunk before. And then I'd sit and think some more. I would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. Then perhaps I'll deserve you and be even worthy of you if I only had a brain.
Wonderful! Just imagine, a scarecrow singing and dancing. Why, if our scarecrows back in Kansas could do that.
What's Kansas?
That's where Toto and I come from. And I want to get back there so badly that I'm going all the way to Emerald City to get to the Wizard of Oz to help me.
The wizard? Do you think if I went along, he could give me some brains, maybe?
Oh, I think you better stay here. I've got a witch mad at me and you might get into some trouble.
Oh, but I'm not afraid of a witch. I'm not afraid of anything. Oh, well, except maybe a lighted match.
Well, since you're made out of straw, I can hardly blame you for that.
Won't you take me with you, please?
Of course I will! Gladly!
Yay, I'm gonna leave the cornfield.
And see a wizard, I hope!
What are we waiting for?
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because... Scarecrow? Do you see what I see?
Well, not knowing what you see, how can I say that what I see is what you... Oh, wait a minute. Look, over there.
That's just what I mean. At the edge of the forest.
It's a man. A man made out of tin. And holding an axe. Come on, Dorothy.
Be careful, please. You too, Toto.
Look here. Here on the grass. An oil can.
Oil can.
Did you say something?
No, he did.
Oil can.
He said, oil can. Oh, he wants me to oil him.
My mouth.
He said his mouth.
All right, just a minute now.
Oh my goodness. Oh joy, oh bliss, I can talk again, I can talk. Oh my arms, please, please. Oh my elbows, that's wonderful, wonderful.
Am I doing it right?
Oh yes, yes. What a relief. I've held up this axe for ages.
But my goodness, how did you ever get like this in the first place?
Oh, about a year ago I was chopping down that tree when suddenly it began to rain. I rusted so solid, and I haven't been able to move since.
Well, you're perfect now.
Perfect. Just bang on my chest if you think I'm perfect. Go ahead, bang on it.
Beautiful, what an echo.
You see? Empty. The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
No heart?
No heart.
Oh.
All hollow. And believe me, not having a heart, well, presents problems. When a man's an empty kettle, he should be on his mettle, and yet I'm torn apart. Just because I'm presuming that I could be kind of human if I only had a heart. I'd be tender, I'd be gentle, and awful sentimental regarding love and art. I'd be friends with the sparrows and the boy who shoots the arrows if I only had a heart. Picture me, a balcony, above a voice sings low. Where for art, thou Romeo, I hear a beat. How sweet just to register emotion, jealousy, devotion, and really feel the part. I could stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with the zipper if I only had a heart.
Well, I certainly see what you mean.
You were whispering, you and him, while I was singing.
Well, we were just wondering if you'd care to go to the Emerald City. Then you could ask Wizard of Oz for a heart.
But suppose he wouldn't give me a heart when we got there.
Oh, but he will. He must. We've come such a long way already.
Ah, you call that long, my pretty? Why, you've just begun.
Who's that? Who's laughing?
The witch! The wicked witch!
Well, my two fine gentlemen, helping the little lady along, are you? Well, stay away from her.
Oh yeah?
I'll stuff a mattress with you, you straw man. And you, I'll use that tin carcass for a beehive.
Gosh, what a witch!
Want to play ball, Scarecrow? Well, here, catch.
No, look out! That's a ball fire!
Fire? No!
Stand still, stand still! I stamp out the fire with my 10 feet! Yow! You can move now.
Much obliged, Tin Woodman.
Oh yes, we both are.
But I'm still not afraid of her. I'll see you get safely to the wizard now, whether I got a brain or not. Stuff a mattress with me. Ha!
And I'll see you reach the wizard, whether I get a heart or not.
Oh, you're the best friends anybody ever had. And it's funny, but I feel as if I've known you my whole life. You're just like Hunk and Hickory. But I couldn't have known you, could I?
I certainly don't see how.
I guess it doesn't matter. We know each other now, all right?
That's right.
We do.
Then to Oz?
To Oz!
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one. Does anybody happen to know where we are?
That's easy. We're in a forest.
And I don't like it. It's so dark and creepy. Toto! Toto, come back! Stay on the path!
You see something behind that bush.
And so do I.
I think I do too. It's a lion. Oh, a lion! He's coming this way!
Stay where you are! Put him up! Put up your fists! I'll fight you with one paw tied behind my back. I'll fight you standing on one foot. Stand up and fight! I'll swallow you first, you little pee-wee dog!
Oh, shame on you! You let that little dog alone! Let him alone!
Now what did you have to slap me for? I didn't bite him!
Look, the lion. He's crying.
Well, you tried to bite him.
Well, you didn't have to go and hit me, did ya? Is my nose bleeding?
Oh, of course not. My goodness, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right. I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all.
Do you suppose the wizard could help her too?
I don't see why not. Why don't you come with us, Lion? We're on our way to see the Wizard of Oz to get the Tin Woodsman a heart.
And him a brain.
I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Well, wouldn't you feel degraded to be seen in the company of a cowardly lion? I would.
No, of course not. Here, you better take my handkerchief.
Thank you. You're being so nice to me.
Now, please stop crying.
I'll try.
But how did you get this way in the first place, Lion?
Well, if you can spare the time, it's like this. Yeah, it's sad, believe me, missy, when you're born to be a sissy without the vim and verve. But I could show my prowess, be a lion, not a mouse, if I only had the nerve. I'd be brave as a blizzard.
I'd be gentle as a lizard.
I'd be clever as a gizzard.
If the wizard is a wizard who will serve,
then I'm sure to get a brain,
a heart,
a home,
the nerve.
Then let's be on our way without any more delay.
That's just what I was gonna say.
Hip hip hooray!
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. We hear he is a whiz of a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one.
Little do they know, I too was hanging around the forest. I'll get those ruby slippers, and then my power will be the greatest in Oz. And woe to those who try to stop me. Hi-ho, broomstick! Away!
Look, everybody, look! Emerald City! At last, at last!
Emerald City, eh? Gosh, it's all green.
And those turrets and towers, and look how big it is!
But how do we get in? This wall goes around everything.
It most certainly does.
Look, at the top of that wall.
Oh, who are you?
That's my question. Who are you?
Well, if you let us in, we'll be glad to tell you.
Let you in, eh? Well, you look harmless enough. Open the gates of the Emerald City!
We can go in! The gates are opening!
Well, that's the general idea of gates, isn't it? Kindly step forward and state your business.
We want to see the wizard.
The wizard? Oh, but nobody can see the Great Oz. Nobody's ever seen the Great Oz. Even I've never seen him.
Oh, please! The Good Witch of the North sent me here.
Prove it.
She's wearing ruby slippers she gave her.
Is she? Well, bust my buttons. So she is.
Then you'll take us to the wizard?
There you go again. The wizard. Well, yes, of course. Meanwhile, you'd all better wait.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Well, what is it now? Good grief, lady. Can't you see I'm...
You're wanted, sir. The public square.
Who wants me?
The entire population of the city. There's something going on, sir, and I don't like the looks of it.
Well, now, what's everyone so excited about?
Don't you see? Up there in the sky?
Well, that's quite a trick, isn't it?
Dorothy, it's skywriting.
Letters of black smoke all across the sky.
What does it say?
It's the Wicked Witch. It says... S-U-R-R-E-N... Oh, it says surrender, Dorothy!
Dorothy? Who's Dorothy? We'll explain it to the wizard.
Nobody's going to bother the wizard now. The great and powerful Oz has got the situation well in hand. I hope. So you can all go home. Go on, scatter. Draw flies.
But, if you please, sir, we want to see the wizard right away.
Certainly not. Not no buddy, not no how.
But she's Dorothy.
The witch is Dorothy? Nope, not even you.
Please. Please, it's the only way I'll ever be able to get home.
Not no buddy, not no how.
Dad was so good to me, and I never appreciated it. Running away, hurting her feelings.
What's that?
Professor Marvel said she was sick. She may be dying, and it's all my fault.
I'll get you to the wizard somehow.
He's crying too.
You see, I had an Aunt Em once myself. This is all highly irregular, but just follow me.
Gosh, he just left us in this chamber. It's so dark and echoey, huh?
He said the wizard would be waiting for us.
I'm closing my eyes. Just tell me when it's over.
Silence!
Who is that?
I am Oz, the great and powerful.
But we can't see anybody.
Silence! You shall never see me.
But if you please, we must tell you something.
Nobody ever tells me anything. I know everything. You're a little girl who wants to go home. And you, Tin Man?
Yes, Your Honor?
A clinking and clattering for a heart. And you?
Me, your wizardry?
A billowing bale of bovine breakfast who begs for brains. And you, Lion?
He's fainted!
Lion, wake up! The wizard will be awfully mad.
Oh, you ought to be ashamed of yourself!
I what?
Frightening the poor cowardly lion like that when he came to you for help.
Silence! The beneficent Oz has every intention of granting your requests, but you must first prove worthy.
Oh, we will. We'll do anything.
Very well. Bring me the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West.
But if we do that, why? We'll have to kill her to get it.
Bring me her broomstick, and I'll grant your requests.
But what if she kills us first?
Silence! Leave the great gates of the Emerald City. Follow the arrows towards the haunted forest and head to the witch's castle. Now go! Go! And return, if you can.
The haunted forest? The witch's castle? Well, I guess there's nothing else to do but go!
That's the spirit, Dorothy! Come on, lion!
We're not afraid, we'll get that old broomstick!
And they think I don't know about it. They think they'll take me by surprise. At last, I'll have them in my power. The little girl and her nasty dog. And the magic ruby slippers.
In just a few moments, we'll bring you Act 3 of The Wizard of Oz. I particularly want you to meet our guest for tonight, Paula Stone, writer/producer for MGM Radio Attractions. She'll bring us news of the world from the air in Hollywood last Wednesday of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's great picture, The Magnificent Yankee. As commentator at the premiere, you interviewed many of the stars that attended, didn't you, Paula?
Yes, I did, Mrs. Keeley. It was one of the most thrilling evenings I've experienced. Over 100 stars were there.
To cheer for Louis Calhern and Anne Harding, of course.
Oh, yes. Everyone was so enthusiastic about the picture. And the superb performance turned in by Louis Calhern as Justice Holmes and Anne Harding as his devoted wife.
There's a picture as rousing as a brass band. The distinguished career of one of our greatest men is presented in the authentic atmosphere of our nation's capital. Why, you actually feel the march of such stirring events.
It's an exciting treatment of our recent history, but it's also a beautiful love story.
Yes, indeed. The deep attachment of Justice Holmes for his wife is something to warm the heart. Anne Harding brings dignity and beauty to her role in The Magnificent Yankee.
And she's completely charming. Very lovely, too. Of course, as you might expect, like so many famous stars I interview from time to time, she gives credit to Lux Care for her skin and keeping it just right for the camera.
Well, after all, Miss Stone, it's Hollywood's own beauty soap, you know.
Oh, yes, Miss Kennedy. And Lux soap in the big bath size is just as popular. I know I wouldn't be without it. There's nothing more luxurious after a busy day than a refreshing Lux soap bath.
There's something special about the lather, rich and creamy, even in the hardest water.
Yes, it leaves the skin really fresh. Fragrant, too, with a nice, delicate perfume.
No wonder screen stars prefer the satin-smooth bath cake. Thank you, Miss Paula Stone, for being here tonight. Now, here's a shopping hint for the ladies in our audience. Get the generous bath-size Lux toilet soap tomorrow. Enjoy its luxurious lather and delightful perfume. You'll discover why screen stars say it makes you sure of all-over Lux loveliness. 9 out of 10 famous Hollywood stars use fragrant white Lux toilet soap. We pause now for station identification. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
The curtain rises on Act 3 of The Wizard of Oz, starring KATHRYN TAUBER as Dorothy. Well, if Dorothy is ever to get back to Kansas,
and if I'm ever to have a brain,
and me a heart,
and me courage,
then Dorothy must first get the broomstick of the Wicked Witch and bring it back to the Wizard of Oz. But if the wizard knows everything, the Wicked Witch unfortunately knows quite a lot herself. Now, in her bleak and dismal castle, she gloats over her newly captured prisoner.
Excuse me for laughing, but it was so easy to capture you that I can't help it.
At least my friends got away. Toto too.
What do I care about them? It's you I wanted. You and the magic ruby slippers. I had every warrior slave in this castle on the watch for you. Now, give me those slippers.
No! The good witch told me not to.
Fool that I am. I should know the slippers will never come off as long as you're alive.
You mean...
Now, I think I'll make up a special batch of poison. Yes, that ought to do it. Some nice fresh poison.
Look, it's Dorothy's dog. Tin Man, Lion, look.
Oh, we're goners now, all right. He'll lead the soldiers' witches right here to our hiding place.
No, he's come to take us to Dorothy, up there in the castle.
We can't fail her now. We can't.
I'll go. Witch or no witch, I'll tear him apart. I'll knock him cold. I may not come out alive, but I'm going in there.
Oh, Lion, that's wonderful.
There's only one thing I want you fellas to do.
What's that?
Talk me out of it.
Oh, no you don't. Come what may, we're gonna rescue Dorothy.
All right, Toto. Show us the way.
This is the room. Toto sniffed her out.
Dorothy.
Huh? Who is it?
It's us. We've come to save you. Open the door.
I can't. Oh, she's locked me in here.
Tin Man, your axe. Chop down the door.
But that'll make a noise. The guards...
Who cares about the guards? We'll save you, Dorothy! We'll save you!
She'll be back any minute. Hurry, please!
Here goes the door. Stand back, Dorothy!
Oh, I knew you'd come. I knew it. And Toto.
We'll have you out of this castle before you can say Jack Robin.
Going so soon?
Oh, the witch! The wicked witch!
Fine. My little party's just about to begin. Guards, seize them! Seize them! Thought you were being pretty foxy, huh? Now I've got the whole lot of you. Let's see. How shall I start the fun? You first, Scarecrow. How about another ball of fire?
No, not fire. Help, I'm burning. I'll help you. This bucket of water ought to do it.
Water? No. Put down that water.
Oh, thank you, Dorothy. Thank you.
Oh, you cursed brat. You killed me.
Nonsense. I just happened to splash some water on you, too.
Look, the witch. She's melting.
Oh, what a world. Who would have thought that a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness? I'm going fast. Oh.
She's gone. Look, nothing but a little steaming puddle.
She's dead. You've killed the wicked witch. But I didn't mean to kill her. I didn't know that water...
Oh, you don't understand. Now we're all free. She enslaved us. But now her spell over all of us is broken. All hail to Dorothy. The wicked witch is dead.
Oh, thank you. And if you don't mind, may I please have her broom?
Here, take it with you.
Now we can go back to the wizard.
And tell him the wicked witch is dead.
Onward to Emerald City!
I still can't believe my eyes. You've come back to Emerald City.
And we did exactly what the Great Oz told us to do. Here's the witch's broomstick.
And now, if you don't mind taking us to the wizard,
You see, he'd promised us he'd...
Oh, he promised you. Oh, broomstick. Ooh. What an unhappy situation.
Unhappy? After all we've been through?
Oh, I'm glad there's no one else around to hear this.
Hear what?
Oh, little girl, there is no great and powerful Wizard of Oz. That is, I am the wizard.
But he spoke to us himself.
I spoke to you. Oh, it was no great trick. A dark room, a few smoke powder. Your own imaginations did the rest.
Why, you humbug!
Exactly.
Oh, you're a very bad man!
Oh, no, my dear. I'm just a very bad wizard.
What about the heart you promised Tin Man?
And Scarecrow's brain?
Well, anybody can have a brain. That's a very mediocre commodity.
Well, I don't have one.
Then listen a moment. Back where I come from, we have great universities where men go to become deep thinkers. And when they come out, they know how to think just fine. And with no more brains than you have. But they have one thing you haven't got. A diploma. Therefore, by virtue of the authority in me, vested in me by the Universitatus Comitiatum e Pluribus Unum, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of THD.
THD?
Doctor of Thinkology. Diploma.
Oh, Scarecrow, how wonderful!
But what about me? I'm still a coward, I think.
Of course not. You're merely under the unfortunate delusion that because you run away from danger, you have no courage.
A simple matter of confusing courage with wisdom. Oh, joy, oh, rapture, I've got a brain!
Back where I come from, Lion, we have men who are called heroes. But they have no more courage than you have. But they do have one thing you haven't got. A medal. Therefore, for virtuous conduct and conspicuous bravery against wicked witches, I award you the Triple Cross.
The Triple Cross!
Oh, shucks, it was nothing.
You are now a member of the Legion of Courage. As for you, my galvanized petitioner, you want a heart? You don't know how lucky you are to not have one. Hearts will never be practical until they can be made unbreakable.
Well, I still want one.
Back where I come from, there are men who do nothing but good deeds all day. And their hearts are no more bigger than yours. They're called philanthropists. But they have one thing you haven't got. A testimonial.
Testimonial?
Therefore, by consideration of your kindness, I present you with a small token of our esteem and affection.
A heart. It is a heart!
Just remember that a heart is not judged by how much you love, but by how much you are loved by others.
Listen. It ticks! Oh, my heart even ticks! But what about Dorothy?
You, still want to go back to Kansas, hmm?
Oh, I do. I do!
I wish I could help you, child, but I can't.
You mean I'll never get home?
It's really rather pleasant here, once you get to know the place.
And we want you to stay, Dorothy. You see, we love you. You and Toto.
And I love you, but what am I to do?
What was that?
Look what's coming.
A bubble? Who's been blowing bubbles around here?
Hey, there's somebody in it.
It's Glinda! Glinda the Good Witch! Oh, help me! Help me!
But you didn't need my help, child. You've always had the power to go back to Kansas.
I have?
Why didn't you tell her before?
Because she wouldn't have believed me. She had to learn by herself.
Have you learned, Dorothy?
Well, I think that it wasn't enough just to want to see Uncle Henry and Auntie Em. And if I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with. Is that right?
That's all it is, my dear. Now, your magic slippers will take you home in 2 seconds.
Oh, that's too wonderful to be true. Only it's going to be so odd to really say goodbye. And I love you all so much. Goodbye, Tin Man. Oh, don't cry. You'll rust so dreadfully.
Now I know I have a heart. It's breaking.
Goodbye, Lion. I know it isn't right, but I'm gonna miss the way you used to holler for help before you found your courage.
I never would have found it if it hadn't been for you.
And Scarecrow? I think I'll miss you most of all.
Goodbye, dear friend.
Are you ready now?
Yes. I'm ready. Say goodbye, Toto.
Now close your eyes and think to yourself, there's no place like home. There's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Dorothy?
There's no
Dorothy,
place like
child.
home. There's
Wake
no
up.
place like
Please
home.
wake up.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
It's Auntie M, darling.
There's no place like home.
Henry, look. She's opening her eyes.
Oh, Auntie M, it is you!
Yes, darling.
Hello in there. Can I come in? I just dropped by because I hear the little girl got caught in a big cyclone.
Got a bad knock in the head, Professor Marvel, but she's coming around now.
We thought for a minute that she was going to leave us.
Sure had us worried, Dorothy. Why, you remember me, your old pal Hunk?
And me, Hickory?
You couldn't forget my face now, could you? Zeke! I must have been dreaming. I was in a place far, far away, and you were all there. We were. But you couldn't have been, could you?
Oh, we dream lots of silly things, dear, when we're...
Oh, no, Auntie M. This was a real, truly live place. And all I kept saying to everybody was, I want to go home. And they sent me home. Oh, Toto, you believe me, even if nobody else does.
Of course we believe you, Dorothy.
Oh, anyway, Toto, we're home. And this is my room, and you're all here. And I'm never going to leave here ever, ever again. Because I love you all. Oh, Auntie M, there's no place like home.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I?
Goodbye to the Wizard of Oz, and congratulations to our lovely star, KATHRYN TAUBER, and those remarkable characters from the Land of Oz.